Heard about a job. Big shot gangster putting together crew.
I'm a driver, and I'm a flyer. I waited a long time for a shot like this. What do you think? Well, what do you know?
Hey guys, back again with another movie review. This time it's for the new Han Solo movie, Solo, a Star Wars story. Got to see it tonight, absolutely love it. I'm going to change things up a little bit. I'm still going to have my 5 talking points, but I'm not going to actually put spoilers in there. If I do happen to, I will warn people, but I want to keep this one without spoilers. I want people to have an idea of what they're getting into without potentially ruining it for people. If you've seen it and you want to comment on it or comment on what I've said about the movie, by all means, let's get some conversation going in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think about the movie. Beware, this is going to be non-spoilery, so don't put spoilers in the comments. So that would be absolutely fantastic, guys. Before we go on, like, subscribe if you like what I do. Leave a comment; it'd be greatly appreciated. This is a bit of fun, to get out there and do something a bit different. So yeah, if you want to make your point about the movie, by all means, leave a comment. If you like what I do, please like and subscribe, and we'll be getting a few more of these coming out over the next couple of months when some other big movies come out. Anyway, let's get to it. These are my 5 talking points for the Solo, a Star Wars story movie. Only came out yesterday in Australia on the 25th. I only got to see it today, so I'm in there pretty early, which is good. So let's start off. The movie didn't suck. Point number 1, the movie did not suck. It is a great movie. It had a lot of negativity around it at the beginning. There was a lot of issues with the script. There was a lot of issues with the director. They went through a lot of shooting, and then the director leaves. Ron Howard comes in, and he then puts his mark on it. And I think that Ron Howard coming into it was fantastic. He did a really good job as a director of the film in getting its point across. It was it starts off fast. It's a very fast movie. You get taken on a ride very quickly, and you kind of have to pick it up a bit early. And knowing what happens to Han later in life through the other Star Wars films, which are already out there and everyone who sees this probably has already seen already, they're not a prerequisite to understand Han's past. So you don't have to see the original trilogy to understand where Han comes from. If anything, this gives a good indication on how Han became Han in the original trilogy. It's a really, really great lead-in, for want of a bit, like Rogue One was in regards to a lead-in to Episode 4. A few people panned Rogue One. I liked it. It's one of my favourite Star Wars movies. This is a really good backstory for Han, and I think it works really well. The movie, like I said, is really fast, especially in the beginning. But there are a lot of twists and turns. They do a really good job of getting that across in the movie without potentially ruining it during the movie. Sometimes when there's big twists, it can be spoiled earlier. But this one here, you don't see it coming. You won't see what comes in the end. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, once you get to it, you go, the light bulb will click, but the way they get to that point is absolutely fantastic. Point number 2, Alden Ehrenreich. I can't pronounce his last name. Alden Ehrenreich. Alden. He played Han Solo and did a fantastic job of it. I mean, playing it, stepping into the shoes of a character played by such a great actress as Harrison Ford, is difficult. It's always difficult, especially when you're trying to play a younger version of that character. But Alden did an absolutely fantastic job. He really portrayed the character well. You see a lot of naivety, a lot of bravado, a lot of arrogance, which is what you want to see in the Han Solo film. And you see the change in the movie for the character, and you can also understand the change between this character in the Han Solo standalone movie and when you see Han Solo in the original trilogy. But to say that, the more that changes, the more that stays the same with the character as well. There's a lot of parallels between his younger self and his older self in relationships and the like. And the way he acts, and the way the bravado and the arrogance and even the bit of the naivety. You know, when he's older, he still has that naivety, but that helps him be who he is. So Alden Ehrenreich did an absolutely fantastic job, a solid job of playing a younger Han Solo, and he did a great job. He really made the movie enjoyable and really portrayed the character fantastically. So, point number 3, we're going to the droids. So, a new droid comes into this one. This is droid's name is L3. The droid is Lando Calrissian's first mate, co-pilot, navigator. L3 is portrayed more as a female droid, if you can get a female droid, but a very much a feminist activist type female droid. A very strong character. The droids that they've brought in for these standalone films have been really good supporting characters and supporting cast members for the movies. Even in Rogue One with K2SO, again, a great supporting character for the whole movie, and I think they've done a really great job. The way they've portrayed L3 is really strong, and you love the ride. You jump in for the ride and you really enjoy it when L3 is on screen. So you'll really get a kick out of that new droid. Now that's more showing of a new character rather than a spoiler, so look, just enjoy the ride. 4th point, I'm going to actually talk about four of the characters and the actors that played them. So we're looking at Emilia Clarke, who played Kira, Donald Glover, who played a young Lando Calrissian, Paul Bettany, who played Dryden Boss, and we have Woody Harrelson, who played Tobias Beckett. Great cast. They did a fantastic job. I was worried about Emilia Clarke the most because I'm a big Game of Thrones fan, and when I see Emilia Clarke, I think of Daenerys Targaryen, kind of typecasting her, but you don't in this, which is really good. She really holds her own through the whole film. She does a fantastic job of the character. You really get a feel for what type of character she is throughout the movie, and she does a great job of it. She's really good. Donald Glover playing a young Lando was great. He had that cockiness, you know that swag. A little bit different to Billy D. Williams. I mean, that was more 70s, late 70s, early 80s type swag. There's a difference. But Donald Glover did a great job of bringing his own style to a young Lando who's cocky, outlandish, big mouth. He did a fantastic job. I can't believe I just used swag. But it fits. It works. Paul Bettany, Dryden Voss. Absolutely fantastic character, fantastic actor, Paul Bettany. I mean, we know him a lot more. Like he's had a lot of film credits we know him a lot more recently from the Avengers films as Vision, and as Jarvis prior to that. But he does a great job in this one as well. I mean, the casting for this film has been absolutely fantastic. Woody Harrelson as Tobias Beckett does a great job of the outlaw character. We see him in the trailers of who he's playing, that outlaw character, and he does a great job. He's kind of like a father figure, being the elder statesman. He does a good job of portraying that throughout the movie, and I think they got the cast right. They really got the cast right. They took a punt on Alden Ehrenreich, sorry. They took a punt on him and it paid off big time. He did a great job, and the rest of the cast, supporting cast, did a fantastic job of really bringing the movie to the fore. It's absolutely fantastic. Point number 5, we see Chewbacca, and we obviously we're always going to see Chewie in this film. Where he came from and how he met Han, and they did that well. They didn't not to spoil, they don't delve too much into it, but I think you get enough of that to get a good understanding, or at least get an understanding of where Chewbacca's from. It's it's really funny how they meet and how they're introduced to each other, and I think it really bodes well to get that relationship going, and then as it carries on through this movie, and then working it into how the relationship existed in the original trilogies with Chewbacca and Han Solo was absolutely fantastic. I really liked it, and that's a really good way of linking that meet up to the original trilogy, and understanding how they all fit in together, which was really great. So that's my 5, but as you know, always there is always a bonus. I like to give people a bonus. So this number 6. There are some cameos. I'm not going to tell you who they are, and this all linked into my comment at the start in regards to twists and turns. So you will come across that, and it will give you an interesting idea in regards to where this all fits in the timeline, and you'll be quite surprised as to where. There's a lot of references to the original trilogy. You get other references to other films as well, but you'll see with that when it comes, and stay in your seats for that, because you don't expect it. It's a real big surprise, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, because if I do, that will ruin the whole movie, and I don't like doing that for people. So guys, that's pretty much my five talking points for the new Han Solo movie, Solo: A Star Wars Story. I liked it. I really did. It has its own little place, its own little niche in the Star Wars universe. It gives us a great idea and a great inception into how our lovable rogue of a smuggler became our lovable rogue of a smuggler. The cast, like I said, did an absolutely fantastic job. I think they got the casting spot on this. I'm not an actor myself. I'm just an average Joe who goes and watches a movie, enjoys it for what it is, that being a movie. And I did enjoy this one, and it's probably my 4th favourite, 5th favourite Star Wars movie. It's not, the best, but it serves its purpose, and I think it's a good movie to see in the cinemas. A lot of action, a lot of a lot of things that you don't expect, and really keeps you on the edge of your seat. So guys, get out there and watch it. It's just come out now on the 25th of May in cinemas now. If you like this video, please press like, subscribe if you want to see more. Also, if you want to leave a comment, happy to hear what you have to say about the movie. Happy to have a discussion, because everyone's going to have a difference of opinion, whether you liked it, whether you didn't like it. Post it in the comments. I want to hear about it. And we'll see you next time at the movies.